I'm Jeff Kittner, and I'm the pastor here at First Presbyterian Church. And at First Presbyterian, we are seeking Christ and serving others until all things are made new. In the videos that follow, you heard Holtgruppe talking about our ministries and how those ministries have an impact on the community and how they have helped them to grow, how they have helped them to be God's tangible presence in the world. And they'll also be talking a little bit about how and what they could do if they had more resources for those ministries. And last, they'll be talking about how giving has helped them to grow. And so please join us during this stewardship time as we experience the joy of giving together.
My philosophy about stewardship has changed over the years. I think that many years ago, I would decide how much to give the church, much as I would decide how much to pay for my rent or how much to spend on clothing for work and things like that. For me, when I appreciated what Jesus had done for me, and especially that he had suffered abandonment on the cross in my place, and because of that, I would never be alone. I was filled with gratitude, and after that, I started looking for things that I could do for Jesus.
Well, most of my message, my philosophy comes from what I've heard in this church over the years, which is everything we have belongs to God. We're only giving back part of what he already has, and that should be done with great joy. And I'm grateful for the opportunity not only to give to this church, but this church gives me the opportunity to give out in the world in ways that I might not know about otherwise.
But my own philosophy of stewardship, I guess, is just being intentional in all areas of your life to be using your time and talent and resources for God's glory and for things that are of eternal worth. We tend to think of dollars when we talk about stewardship, but I think our most important commodity is time, and that's why I guess I'm passionate about spending time with our fellow believers so that we can grow spiritually, and out of that then often comes our true ministry and helps us to live out God's plan in our lives.
Well, I think as far as our personal stewardship story, it goes way back to when we lived in Michigan, and we weren't really used to the concept of tithing. And I remember a service where they talked about it, and they talked about how you're blessed in the process. And I think since then, that's something that we have tried to do. And that's the first thing that we do when we get our bank statement. We balance everything out, and we write our checks out to the church, and we go from there. And I think we've been blessed in the process.
Yes, we have.
Stewardship to me is the time and the talents that we are gifted with and we are blessed with. For those of us who don't have large financial resource, the gift of time and the gift of support. And if we don't have a lot of time and support, there is always the gift of prayer and of blessing.
This is the FPY Youth Group. We are part of the FPY group. I'm Ethan Young. I'm Brendan Reister. I'm Evan Reister.
I'm Malik Sadie.
I'm Hugh Nickram.
And
helping others.
We would like to go to bigger retreats. Thank you for investing in our future.
Good God.